So today we discuss a very important differential equation called hypergeometric differential equation. It is of the form x into x minus 1 y double prime plus a plus b plus 1 into x minus c y prime plus ab times y equal to 0. A differential equation of the type x into x minus 1 y double prime plus a plus b plus 1x minus c y prime plus aby equal to 0 is hypergeometric differential equation. You will come to know soon why we call it hypergeometric. Here a, b, c are constants. Can you tell me the nature of x equal to 0 and x equal to 1 in this differential equation? Is it ordinary point or regular singular point? X equal to 0. Is it ordinary or regular singular point?
Regular single point.
Regular singular point. It's clear from here. AB over x. This whole thing is divided by x. Then your px multiplied by x and qx multiplied by x square are analytic at x equal to 0. Likewise, x minus 1 is x equal to 1 is also regular singular point. So let's focus on this point first. X equal to 0. Let's find its power series solution about this point. If it is regular singular point, then a power series solution of the form and summation n 0 to infinity n times x power n plus r exists. Using 2 into 1, you can do further calculations. Roots of the initial equation are 0, 1 minus c. You know those steps, okay? Those are trivial. Roots of the initial equation are 0 and 1 minus c. And the solution corresponding to the root 0 is y equal to a naught times 1 plus a into b over 1 into cx plus a into a plus 1 b into b plus 1 over 1 into 2 c into c plus 1 x square and so on. You understand the terms after this. So corresponding to r equal to 0, we get this power series solution. In this solution, if I assume a naught equal to 1, this constant a naught, if I assume it 1, then the remaining expression is denoted by a particular symbol f a b c comma x. We call this function hypergeometric function. Hypergeometric function. So you can say that hypergeometric function is this series, and it is a particular solution of the differential equation 1. So it is the definition of hypergeometric function. This particular series is called hypergeometric function. Now let me explain you why we call it hypergeometric. In this series, if you put, or in particular, you choose a equal to 1, b equal to c, what do you get? means A1 means 1, comma B, comma B, comma X. You get 1 plus X square and so on. What is it? A geometric series? It's a geometric series in X. So this series is more general than this. In that sense, it is called hypergeometric. You have already listened the word hypergeometric. For example, this is the equation of a plane, right? X plus y plus z equal to 1 is the equation of a plane. If I consider fourth variable, what is it? You don't know its geometry, it's in 4 variables, but we call it hyperplane. Likewise, you have sphere, hypersphere. Okay, so you understand the meaning of this. So this is hypergeometric function. Again, I repeat, this is given hypergeometric differential equation. X equal to 0 is regular singular point. Corresponding to this point, when you find a power series solution, these are the roots of the initial equation, and corresponding to r equal to 0, you have this particular solution. This particular solution is denoted by f a, b, c, x, function of a, b, c, and x. We call this function as hypergeometric function. So hypergeometric function is nothing but this infinite series. You know, functions can be expressed in terms of infinite series. For example, sin x. Sin x, you can write x minus x cube or 3 factorial and so on, right? So you can think like this. This is a power series, and suppose this converges to some function. Let's denote that function by f a b c x, and we are calling this function as hypergeometric function. Also, you can find easily that this series converges for mod x less than 1. You can apply ratio test and can check it. Up to this, it is fine. Is it fine up to this step?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have found solution corresponding to r equal to 0. What about the second root of the initial equation? One way is that we write the reconciliation and use r equal to 1 minus c and then write the series solution. There is another way. Let's put y equal to x power 1 minus c to z into equation 1. Let's write equation 1 using this transformation. See what we get. It's simple. Just find y prime and y double prime from this.
So why are we taking y is equals to x power 1 minus cz?
Yeah, you will understand it. Just do the calculation. Substitute y equal to this into equation 1. I will explain you why do we use this transformation. You should get x into x minus 1, z double prime, plus a minus c plus 1, plus b minus c plus 1, minus 2 minus c, 2 minus c into x, no, plus 1 into x, minus 2 minus c y prime, plus a minus c plus 1 into b minus c plus 1, y equal to 0. Substituting 3 into equation 1, this equation transforms to this one. Is it again hypergeometric differential equation? Just see it. Is it again hypergeometric? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It is hypergeometric. What is the new thing here? A in place of a, you are seeing a minus c plus 1. In
How to know if it's hypergeometric?
sorry,
How to conclude that it is a hypergeometric or not?
this format of differential equation is hypergeometric. Are you seeing it in this format?
Yes, sir.
So here you should write z, not y, because it is transformed in z and x. So it is hypergeometric differential equation in z and x. The new thing here is that a has gone to a minus c plus 1, b to b minus c plus 1, and c to 2 minus c. Once it is hypergeometric, the solution is available to you. What is that solution? Let's call that solution y2. You can write that solution in terms of hypergeometric function. And what is that solution? F abcx. The shortcut notation, you can use that. But now ABC are a minus c plus 1, b minus c plus 1, 2 minus c, and in place of z, what do you have? X? No. X is already there, so you will write x here. But this is the value of z. This is the value of z. You need finally y. What is the relation between y and z? You just multiply it by x power 1 minus c. So x power 1 minus c. Let's call this solution second solution. First solution you have already found y1. So what is general solution of equation 1? c1 y1 plus c2 y2. Let me repeat again what we have done so far. Equation 1 is hypergeometric differential equation. X equal to 0 is a regular singular point. So there exists a power series solution of this type. We know it. After that, we substituted 2 into 1, wrote the initial equation, and then roots of the initial equation are 0 and 1 minus c. Corresponding to 0, the power series solution is denoted by f abcx. In that solution in particular, you choose arbitrary constant equal to 1. That you call hypergeometric function. So this is one solution. Now corresponding to 1 minus c, we were having another option. What was that option? We again write the reference relation and substitute this root into that and do the calculations. But with this transformation, you are able to convert equation 1 into hypergeometric differential equation again. And once it is hypergeometric, you have a ready-made solution. That's why this transformation is used. Okay, and also you should understand the importance of hypergeometry. Okay, so with this transformation, that equation goes in terms of z and x. And you can clearly see it is again hypergeometric. Only difference is of constants. ABC have gone to these new constants. So this is the solution corresponding to 1 minus c. That condition, I think you remember, 1 minus c should not be an integer. Difference of the roots should not be an integer. If not an integer, in that case, y equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2 is general solution of 1. Okay. So c1 y1 plus c2 y2 is general solution of 1 provided c is not an integer. And what is y1? F abcx. What is y2? X power 1 minus c and this expression. Okay, keep this thing in mind. Let's move further. We have solved this equation about x equal to 0. Let's solve it about x equal to 1 now, because x equal to 1 is also a regular singular point. For this, let's use the transformation t equal to 1 minus x. You understand why am I doing like this? Because x equal to 1 corresponds to t equal to 0. And solving about 0 is simple. Let's use this transformation into equation 1 and see what do you get. Can you do it yourself? What is y prime? Dy by dx. That you can write dy by dt into dt by dx. Dt by dx from here is what? Minus 1. So this way you can easily transform. If you find y double prime, it is d2y over dt square. Okay, so use these things here, and in place of x, use 1 minus t. See what do you get. What is the transformed equation? You should get t into t minus 1, y double prime. Remember that here double prime means second derivative with respect to t. T into t minus 1 y double prime plus a plus b plus 1 into t minus a plus b minus c plus 1 y prime plus ab into y. Look the transformed equation. Is it again hypergeometric? This equation obtained after using this transformation into 1, I'm asking whether it is again hypergeometric differential equation.
Yes, sir.
What are ABC here? AB are same, you can compare. But C is replaced by A plus B minus C plus 1. Okay, means here A is A, B is B, but C is A plus B minus C plus 1. Good. You know that it is hypergeometric equation. These are the constants. So you can write the general solution using this formula again. Means what's the general solution? C1 f abcx plus C2 x power 1 minus C f, this thing, A minus C plus 1, B minus C plus 1, 2 minus C x. But remember that here, what is your x? Because this equation is in y and t, so you should first put t here. And A and B are same, but C has to be replaced by this expression. Okay. So this is the general solution. Finally, this t also is to be replaced by 1 minus x. So you will have the power series in 1 minus x. That is the solution about. Okay, you can write it if you like. One term I'm writing. F, A and B are same, but C is A plus B minus C plus 1. And in place of t, it's 1 minus x. Likewise, you can write the expression with C2. Okay?
So that would be C2 t power 1 minus c, right?
First you will write t power 1 minus c, but then you will replace t also by 1 minus x. Whole power 1 minus c. C means this whole expression, a plus b minus c plus 1. So you'll get c minus a minus b. Correct? Okay, so just you have to follow the general formula for the solution. That's it. You should be able to identify the hypergeometric equation and its constants. After that, you can follow this general formula where y1 is this, y2 is this. Okay. So we have solved the equation about x equal to 1 also. You see, we are following the same approach. We are somehow managing to convert the differential equation into hypergeometric. And once it is hypergeometric, we know what is the solution. So it's a very useful and powerful differential equation. Let's see one more advantage. Suppose you are given a differential equation of the form x minus a into x minus b y double prime plus cx plus d y prime plus ey. You understand what kind of differential equation it is? Coefficient of y double prime is a quadratic expression which can be broken into two linear factors. Coefficient of y prime is linear in x and coefficient of y is a constant. This kind of differential equation can always be converted into hypergeometric differential equation. So this particular family of differential equation is always solvable in terms of hypergeometric functions. Let's see how. Suppose you want solution of this differential equation about x equal to a. Then use the transformation t equal to x minus a over b minus a. It's very important, please note it. If you want a solution of this differential equation about x equal to a, use this transformation. Once you use this transformation into this differential equation, you get t into t minus 1 y double prime. Here double prime is understood that second derivative with respect to t plus gt plus f, some constants g and f in terms of capital AB, y prime that you can check yourself, plus ey or some h, some other constant. Main thing is that through this transformation you are able to convert this differential equation into hypergeometric. See, this matches with this one. These constants you can identify after finding GFH. So using this simple transformation, you can convert this differential equation into hypergeometric, and once it is hypergeometric, just calculate what are ABC here and write the general solution using this formula in terms of hypergeometric functions. Let's do a problem, then you'll understand how to apply it. Very important problem. This kind of problems are very important. You should see it carefully how to do. Solve the differential equation x square minus x minus 6 y double prime 3x plus 5 y prime plus y equal to 0 about x equal to 3. So first see whether you can break this into two linear factors where one factor should be x minus 3. Can you do that? That should be easy. What are the factors of this expression?
X minus 3, x plus 2.
x minus 3 and x plus 2. Okay, you have rewritten the given differential equation by factorizing this quadratic expression. After that, which transformation you need to use to find solution about x equal to 3? Recall that p equal to x minus a over b minus a. What are a and b here? A is 3, b is minus 2. So your transformation is minus 1 over 5 into x minus 3. Let's use it. Let's use it into this equation or this one. See what do you get. First you should try, then I will write. What is y prime? Y prime is dy over dx, dy over dt into dt over dx. And dt over dx you know is minus 1 over 5. Likewise, you can check second derivative you do, just minus 1 over 5 will again be coming into multiplication, so you get 1 over 25 d2y over dt square. Okay, use y prime and y double prime here, and also x equal to minus 5t plus 3. Means change this equation or this equation in terms of y and t. See what do you get. So 1 implies in terms of y and t. What do you get? T into t minus 1, y double prime. Here y double prime means d2y over dt square. That is understood. Plus, can you tell me this coefficient with y prime? What is the coefficient of y prime?
(14/5 minus 3t).
Or it is 3t minus 14 over 5. See, I am writing t into t minus 1. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now compare this one with the general hypergeometric differential equation. What is that? X into x minus 1 y double prime plus a plus b plus 1 into x minus c y prime plus aby equal to 0. Compare with this one and see what is a plus b plus 1. Here a plus b plus 1 is what? 3. C is 14 over 5. AB is 1. C is of course separate. You need to find A and B also after this. So what are A and B from this? What are A and B? You can also do like that. You know sum of A and B, you know product of A and B. You can use that equation x square minus sx plus b equal to 0. Its roots are A and B, where s is a plus b, t is ab. So what are A and B?
Sir, both are 1.
Both are 1. So in this hypergeometric differential equation, you know all the constants now for the solution. A is 1, B is 1, C is 14 over 5, and what is T? Because you will need T also in terms of X. t is here already. So what is solution of the given differential equation? What will you write in the end? We will write that solution is C1 times f a b c comma x plus c2 times x power 1 minus c. F means that whole formula that you did for the general one. A minus c plus 1, b minus c plus 1, and then what was here? 2 minus c comma x. But for this differential equation, because it is in y and t, so first write t here. Here also t. After that, you need not to substitute, just mention what are a, b, c and t. A is 1, b is 1, c is 14 over 5, and t is minus 1 over 5, x minus 3. This is how you have to solve this kind of differential equations. Any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so remember this transformation and then see how to convert it in y and t. In y and t, it is standard hypergeometric differential equation. After that, you need to determine the constants for the solution, which are a, b, and c. Once you know a, b, c, write the general formula and mention what are your a, b, c. Okay, so I have solved one problem of this kind. Other problems you can do yourself. Let me tell you further the importance of hypergeometric function. In fact, the elementary functions which you know in mathematics can be represented in terms of hypergeometric functions. Can you check 1 plus x power n is same as f minus n comma b comma minus x? Can you check it? How to check it? First, you should know what is f abcx. F abcx is 1 plus a into b over 1 into c x plus a into a plus 1, b into b plus 1, 1 into t, c into c plus 1, x square, and so on. This is f abcx. So if I replace a by minus n and c by b here, see what do you get on the right hand side? Is that same the expansion of 1 plus x power n? What is the expansion of 1 plus x power n? 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 over 2 factorial x square and so on. You know this is the standard binomial expansion. So if I choose a equal to minus n here and c equal to b, x equal to minus x, do I get this series? Check it. Do you get this series? B equal to C means C equal to B means these are cancelled, right? In place of A, you are using minus n. In place of x, you are using minus x.
Yes, sir.
So it means this relation is valid. So you are able to express this elementary function in terms of hypergeometric function. Likewise, you can check more functions like log 1 plus x is same as x times f 1 comma 1 comma 2 minus x. You know, logarithm is an elementary function, and you are able to express in terms of hypergeometric function. Likewise, sine inverse x can be proved equal to x times f 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 3 by 2, x square. E power x, the exponential, well-known exponential function, can be written as limit b tends to infinity f a comma b comma a comma x over b. Okay, so you see, these are well-known functions expressed in terms of hypergeometric function. So in this sense, hypergeometric function also joins the family of well-known elementary functions. You can call it elementary function. It is no more different from the usual functions. So it's very important. Hypergeometric function is very important. It solves a particular class of differential equations easily. And it is also connected to the well-known elementary functions. Okay. So regarding hypergeometric differential equation, what do you need to know? The general form of hypergeometric differential equation. Then you should know what is hypergeometric function, the particular series. After that, you should know which class of differential equations can be solved using hypergeometric functions. So I've told you with y double prime, it is x minus a into x minus b. With y prime, it is linear in x. With y, it is constant. That kind of differential equations can always be converted into hypergeometric differential equation. Once it is hypergeometric, you know the general formula or the formula for general solution of the hypergeometric differential equation. So all this is very easy stuff. You have to do it once carefully. From exam point of view, it's very important, I tell you. So in tomorrow's lecture, I will do a revision of this whole chapter and do some problems as well.